benefit. Now their estate plan, their death benefit is $563,000. So they kind of addressed it as they've gone.
So if we go see somebody who's retired,
Correct.
they have $100,000 in their IRA,
Correct.
and they took their $100,000 and put it in a product like this.
Okay, now we're moving from annuity to life. We can,
We're not moving, we're moving through the stock
not
market.
1035.
Moving from
So
the
you can
stock
go from an annuity to annuity, you can go from life to an annuity, but you can't go from annuity to
market. Tax
life.
purposes, is that why?
You can, except that there are tax consequences,
Okay, so
which
you know
means,
okay. All right.
okay, it means all of your gains, you're gonna pay taxes on and then move the money. Now, there's a great concept called RMD max. Anyone ever heard of pension max, pension maximization? Well, this is just RMD max, because for everyone with all that qualified plan money, which is like trillions, get your share. As soon as they are 70 and a half, the IRS says, you're going to take some. Why does the IRS want you to take money out of qualified plans? Because they want their taxes. They want their money. Okay? So again, when you have a qualified plan, whatever that RMD, that required minimum distribution is, we can actually use to fund that whatever, $500,000 IUL or $250,000 or $1 million or whatever it is. So then we have the death benefit around the cash value. Now they have to take it out anyway. And when they take it out, what happens to the money they take out? A portion of it's taxable. But you have to take it out. So in most cases, these folks aren't spending the money. It's legacy, they're legacy dollars. There's no better place to pass money on than life insurance.
Correct.
So to die with the money in a qualified plan, not good for you and not good for your heirs. The IRS is happy to have the money sooner, some of it, but they like when you die with a lot of money in qualified plans. We'll get into tax stuff next time. But you do not want to die with a lot of money. Okay, so for a 65-year-old, well, at 70, I know there's one funding source. But a lot of these folks, they're putting, $500 of this into a CD. So life insurance, it's got guarantees. So again, from a sense of we don't want to go up or down, well, good. We got a 1% floor. Got a 1% floor. All right. So back to those just straight 65-year-olds, as long as they're insurable, that's where most of the big estate planning cases are coming. A lot of the folks here, they're worth good amount of money. They don't always have cash flow, but their grandparents had 20 acres, and now then it was there's net worth. So again, from that sense, what I do is I talk to a lot of the children because I don't want them to get half of what their parents or grandparents or great-grandparents built. So you can either pay dollar for dollar half, and you got 9 months to stroke the check, or we can pay pennies on the dollar, what my brother and sister and I did. We'd rather have our parents than their money on most days, right? But what we would prefer to do, rather than that hard work of Department of Transportation superintendent, my mom taught special ed for 30 years. We don't want all that work, half of it going to the IRS. So what we've done, because it's not fair to ask my parents for all that they've done up till now in our lives, to dilute their retirement so that we maximize our inheritance, that's just not right. We don't think it is.
Not telling them anyway.
Not yet. We're waiting until you have power of attorney and then do what you want. Okay? But again, if you and for folks, some folks, their parents are in the way. No, I don't want to do it. Well, then we as the kids said, this is what we'd like to do. I mean, we need their blood, so we can't totally not tell them. I mean, it's one thing with power of attorney, but drawing blood from somebody that's not conscious is a just won't do it, but maybe if you will, come, I got 2 parents. Okay, so in either case, you know, great opportunities from an estate planning sense, and that's where they're substantial annuities. I mean, they'll have 500,000 in annuities by putting 200 a month for 30 years. Great opportunities. So, what can we talk about more for your market? Now, the other part I was really looking to get to is the 65-year-old. It's a great marketplace. This also is a great marketplace. Don't be just in one market.
The reason I was asking about the 65-year-old, I guess I'd always used that, or thought of that global as an income producer later on, not necessarily. We use mainly for the guaranteed ULs
Okay.
for estate planning, just because people like that guarantee. I understand that's going away on a lot of policies now.
Yeah. Now again, from a sense of the guaranteed, like a guaranteed, what is it, GDDUL?
Guaranteed death benefit.
Yeah. So the guaranteed death benefits, except for our variable product, you don't have. So in that case, yeah, we're going straight estate planning. If you want that, well, there's a variable product, but also that's where I'm saying 45 and 25-year-olds. A lot of these 25-year-olds can do $100 a month or $1,200 a year in annual premium, which means target anywhere from, I don't know, 600 to 900. Those are good cases. 1 or 2 of those a week. It's 50 to 100,000 a year, just from the 25-year-old market. Okay, so that's pretty much where I live. 2 25-year-olds give me $100 a month every single week, week in, week out. And then what happened is pretty soon, now their parents knew that I was still in the business, because a lot of people are just waiting you out. You're still going to be here in 3 weeks or 3 months or 3 years. Then I started to get to rollovers, and then I started to get to substantial insurance policies. Okay? But you can run without the guaranteed death benefit. If you look at what the guaranteed cash values are, you know, you're not going to be able to no-lapse guarantee at minimum fund, and the industry hurt itself getting into those products, so we've got to correct it. Okay? But still great opportunities within our portfolio. Anything else? Wonderful. I know I had...
Yeah, presentation after this. We've gone away about 5 or 6 times.
That's a computer's way of telling me I'm straying too much. So, ING Index UL Global Choice. More index strategies, more choices. So when we look down here, you have bottom left, S&P 500, 1-year point-to-point. 2-year global strategy, which we talked about, 75, 25%, 5-year global, or pick a blend. Cash accumulation for a client, again, there's an early cash value rider, but as we talked about, this is really a sweet spot of those looking for long-term accumulation. And then distribution, you can either use traditional loans, select loans, partial withdrawals. You control how much you take out and what the tax ramifications are. Okay, so you can always withdraw up to basis. Now, when you withdraw up to basis, that's the amount that you paid in premium. So you really shouldn't explain it, unless you're trying to be playfully deceitful, that that's a tax-free distribution. Because what did we already do on our premiums paid? We already paid taxes. So it's not really a tax-free distribution of your basis, it's how we already paid taxes. So I can get that money first, and then once I get above basis into gains, now I can either withdraw it and pay taxes or take loans. And our product gives you the opportunity to take loans, which are traditional, or select loans, which actually really let you kind of hedge how you think the product's going to perform, and you can actually make money on the loaned amount that you've taken. So, for anyone that had a 5-year point-to-point issue, either internally that was yours or that your client brought up, 2-year point-to-point, 1-year point-to-point. But again, their best, the most generous product of the 3 from a sense of returns is the 5-year point-to-point. So I'd suggest you just show the 5 years again. Show them the marker. It's 1%, which is better than many of the returns you've gotten in a 1-year period over the last 10, maybe 15, possibly 20 years. So that 1% is not totally ridiculous, so it's just gonna be a marker. Then in year 5, we have the look back, 75, 25, if it's lower than 1, keep the 1. If it's better than 1, there you go. Great. With that said, Ronnie,
What? What?
you want me to erase some of the board?
I'm not gonna get through all that.
Okay, so,
I'm totally confused already. No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. You know, you were talking about the new products we got coming out?
yeah, I think it's a really good fit for the market and for some of the practices that you guys have built. I know that the conversation is in your sweet spot, you're comfortable having it. I don't see it as a terribly evolved strategy, but we wanna start to shore up our practice and then grow from there. So, with that said.
Yeah, basically in January, we're bringing out a whole life guaranteed issue product. And I'll give you some of the specifics of the product. It's either gonna be they're gonna either issue it or turn it down, all right? If they issue it, basically you're gonna have a guaranteed level death benefit. First option. Second option would be a graded death benefit, which would be 30% the first year, 70% in year 2, and then 100% in year 3. That's how that product would work.
We state
Now
those
that-
numbers.
All right, well, this is just giving you a quick overview.
All right, that's fine.
It could even be changed by the time it gets out, but this is what we have now, okay? So it's gonna be a guaranteed issue product. Basically, you're gonna get it, or it's gonna turn you down, all right? And there's 3 different types of underwriting decisions. You got a level death benefit. Minimum issue is $3,000 face amount up to $35,000. So it's gonna be more of a burial type, you know, it's a sweet spot in y'all's marketplace. I mean, that's a.
We sell a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, it's a sweet spot in your marketplace, it really is. So basically, you got for $35,000 policy, it's gonna be 100% death benefit. Option 2, it's gonna be a graded death benefit, 30% the first year, 30% of the face amount, 70% the second year, and 100% year 3. And the next one is more of a modified, first 2 years equals return of premium plus 10%. After those 2 years, you get 100% of face amount. That's how that works. It's gonna be issued as a non-tobacco or tobacco. You know, it's rated, it's sex adjusted, you know, male and female. It can be on a bank draft or semi-annually. It's gonna have guaranteed cash value, it's a guaranteed whole life product. So that's pretty much a quick overview of the product. It's gonna be, we're gonna have it out. The policy fee's $36, it's all fully commissionable, all the premiums fully commissionable. So we should have it out by the end of January. And I think it is a sweet spot in y'all's marketplace.
Absolutely.
I think you got, go ahead.
Are you gonna offer a single premium dump in, or is it just
You know, there's nothing here that says about single premium dump, so I don't know, but I don't know why the illustration couldn't figure a single premium dump in. You know,
And it is a whole, it's a
It's a
whole
whole
life,
life.
so normally, we're set up to where the company enjoys single premium.
Yeah.
Enjoy the premiums up front.
So, yeah, I think it's gonna be sweet in your marketplace.
Do you have any idea what the underwriting disqualifiers would be?
Basically, no, I don't. It's non-med. The home office is gonna do a telephone interview with the client. They gotta check MIB and,
Are those, can we do the telephone interview?
the client, it says they're gonna call the client.
Is that done right in the house at the time, or
Yeah,
they
well,
call back at a
That's
later
what
time?
we know.
You can usually have a client call in, but you don't do the telephone and
You don't
capture
do
the
it yourself.
information.
I'm just saying it because a lot of times we'll do PHI,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they call it, we'll do that in the house so we know it's done, there's no. kind of
Right, but you actually call in to the center, right, and they capture you.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, you can bet the client, it says right here, you're the client.
Right, just to
Right.
clarify, you said.
We'll make the phone call, but they talk.
You make it right from
You're
there,
right.
and then the
Right.
client
Go
does
ahead.
it.
Make sure it's done.
Yeah.
You said guaranteed issue, is it guaranteed death benefit or guaranteed issue means they get it no matter what?
No, it's guaranteed death benefit.
Okay.
It's both, he's,
Well, it is, if you,
It's simplified underwriting.
yeah,
Right,
simplify
that's
it.
not guaranteed.
No.
Well, guaranteed issue would be
Okay.
guaranteed, everybody would qualify.
Right,
This one would be,
guaranteed death.
I guess, yeah, guaranteed death benefit, so either you get it or you don't.
That's what I'm
Correct.
sure.
are
Okay.
there minimum ages, maximum ages?
Minimum age 50, maximum age 85.
Is that aligned with your needs, your market, and?
Yeah,
Some of the other
I would
folks?
say that's gonna be pretty much the marketplace that you're in.
And- Yeah, the amounts I think we.
3,000,
3 to 35.
3 to 35.
So 35 is the turbo coffin. It's got,
The Paisley
They have the
line.
3 kids.
yeah, it pays, yeah. And the release, it has a release from inside. It's not just one way. Those, just in casers.
You know where the current debt
Use that.
Whoa!
I don't know how the prices are yet. I'll have the prices in January.
When they buried you, sometimes you were dead, and they would have the bell up on the top of the string coming down.
The whole release has some.
Pull the string and, yeah, the release thing in the coffin. That's how.
Yes, there is. There's a double indemnity accidental death on it.
Now, that's how Randy died. Midnight shift. Midnight shift.
That was funny.
Stating.
So that's how you got
I
out.
chose to ignore it. Midnight shift.
I love it.
Difference
When
between.
you start talking about a release accident in a coffin,